and welcome to the behind the scenes for my upcoming music video, Stars Align. So for this music video, I had this crazy vision of what I wanted it to be, but it was absolutely impossible, way too expensive, and something I could never pull off. So I started working on it right away. So the first person I contacted was director Nathan Lee. And Nathan and I have worked together on several projects, including Song of the Cage Bird, Transcendence, Moon Trance, and he's amazing.
It's always an exciting day to get a call from Lindsey Stirling when she says, hey, I've got a new music video I want to do and I want to know if you would direct it.
So when I start concepting for a video, I always make a PowerPoint and I find images online that fit the story that I want to tell, and that way I can show it to the people I'm working with and they can see what I see in my head.
When Lindsey originally came to me for this music video, she had this idea of this whole music video that would take place on the surface of another planet, inside the crystal ball of a fortune teller. And just visually, my mind went crazy.
This whole video kind of got started after I finished Dance Showdown.
That was my second season on Dance Showdown. I kinda, scored a jackpot. I got Lindsey to partner with me.
Right off the bat, we kind of knew we should do something more than just that dance competition. So I asked Lindsey if I could choreograph one of her music videos.
And to that I said, yes, when can we start?
I had an audition here in Los Angeles, California, and we were lucky enough to have around 100 people auditioning for us. I was so excited, to have all these amazing professionals in the same room.
Anjay is awesome. He's amazingly talented, he's really patient, and he's very precise.
She actually inspired me to, choreograph the way I did. She's a hard worker.
Not only was the choreography really difficult, but I can't fake play, otherwise it'll look ridiculous. So I have to learn to be able to play the song while I do full out choreography. Anjay worked with me one-on-one, but when I went to go meet up with all the dudes in their rehearsals, I was really nervous. I've never danced with a bunch of professionals before, and I knew I had to keep up, and I didn't want to look like a string bean. Anjay has a channel as well, so please go to his channel and check out all of his sweet moves and choreography. This video is very special effects heavy, and I've never done anything like that before. So I went to the ultimate source of special effects, Freddie Wong. Immediately he said, you need to go to Playfight. They are the best.
We decided to create a YouTube channel that really focused around the everyday happenings of a visual effects company.
Playfight came out to the shoot, and it was fun watching them on set because they set up like all these tripods and tracking points in frame so that they could track them.
VFX people are usually expected to kind of emerge from the shadows, do their stuff and then go back into the shadow, right? But Nathan, the director, Lindsey, constantly being sympathetic to the visual effects, things that we had to take care of, and so it was just simply a pleasure to work on.
So I edited the video and then I sent it off to Playfight. And the funny thing was, when they sent me these shots that were like their first drafts, I didn't realize that they still had a ton of work to do on them and that they were this was the beginning stages. And so I was kind of worried at first, but holy cow, it was amazing to watch it progress. And they just kept sending me update after update, and by the end, I was absolutely blown away. These shots were far more beautiful than I could have ever hoped they would be.
Every single shot was a visual effects shot. Like every single shot. There's a lot of stars and collisions and crazy environments that are not there, and it's also something that we've never really done. It's sort of like this fantasy level type of world where things are being created out of thin air.
It was fun to work with people that literally let me make a video where sky was the limit.
I think our favorite moment was shooting the collaboration video. Lindsey and Nathan's crew were just completely game for things that we wanted to do. We have some parts where they're all freaking out because there's this massive monster trying to swallow everybody, and I think the video is going to be pretty hilarious.
Now, I cannot tell you enough how amazing these guys were. They worked non-stop for about 2 months on this video. So please go to their channel, subscribe to them, support them. They have amazing content. They're clever.
So now it's been about 3 months since we started uploading videos more regularly. Yeah, we have some pretty exciting stuff to show you guys.
They saved my life on this video. Please subscribe to them. Playfight, I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. We wanted to show Playfight what they actually needed to do so they could get a vision of it.
Since we were going to be shooting in a room that was all green, everyone has to be able to visualize what's going to be there so we can work to get the shots right.
And so Nathan created this little animatic, which was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I spent hours online getting pictures of Lindsay and cutting her out in Photoshop and getting some of the images that she sent me and other images of space. And in Adobe Premiere, I created really basic animations of what the whole music video would look like. And so it was kind of amusing. Everyone laughed when they saw the animatic for the first time because while it communicated the story, the dance sections in the animatic left a little something to be desired.
Nathan is so fun to work with on set because he gets so into it. He gets really excited when there's a good take and he'll let everybody know about it.
That was awesome. That's so good.
He'll act things out of how he wants it to be because I feel like he really gets my vision, and also he loves to tell visual stories.
One of the fun things about working with Lindsay Sterling on all of her music videos is that she is an amazing collaborator.
Lindsay is an amazingly multi-talented person. I'm amazed at how many things Lindsay's able to do simultaneously and do them so well.
Aside from being an awesome musician, she is a filmmaker too. I mean, that's how we met. We were both studying film in college. And so being able to work with her as someone who understands how the camera works and how to tell a visual story is awesome.
Lindsay was right and I was wrong.
And on top of that, she is very involved at every level of her productions.
She's designing the costumes and the hairstyles and the wardrobe and working very closely with the director to create this visual style.
And that's a part of who she is and what she's really good at.
So for the costumes on this project, for 2 of them, I went to Shannon Cheek. Now I've worked with her on several projects. I love working with Shannon because I'll send her these little sketches of what I've designed and what I want, and then she comes out with these amazing masterpieces. For the costume that's in the majority of the video, I ended up making that myself. I also made all the backup dancer costumes, and I was in agony because I could not figure out what I wanted these costumes to look like. They were supposed to be on another planet, another world. What should we all wear? I was really starting to panic, but it wasn't until 4 days before the shoot that in the middle of the night I woke up and I knew exactly what I wanted the costumes to look like. I jumped out of bed, drew them.
It's about 3:30 in the morning and I just figured out what my guys are gonna wear. I just drew this picture and I feel so relieved. Now I think I'm gonna start to try to make them.
Just days before we were shooting, we were doing rehearsals in Hollywood with the dancers, and we were watching that and planning shots. As soon as the dance rehearsal was over, she was off running around to stores. She was buying wardrobe. And so from the writing to the planning of shots to the wardrobe, she's just an extremely involved collaborator and a storyteller, and that makes it so fun to work with her on her videos.
Sideways foot
Yeah.
For all of her popularity and stardom, Lindsay is just a down-to-earth, really fun, silly girl, and I feel like she's friendly with everybody. No matter who you are on the crew, she's your pal, and she's just really down to earth.
Alright, and
Jared was amazing to work with. He made my life so easy because any concern or problem that I realized we had, it's okay, Lindsay, I got it. He'd take it and fix it somehow.
We were fortunate enough to be able to work with the YouTube space in Los Angeles that provided great resources, equipment, studio space, and were really supportive in helping us try and pull off this really ambitious project with limited resources. We also had to be able to build a practical set, meaning an actual physical set. We had to find a really amazing art team that could help build this set and build it really, really fast.
And we only had a day to build it. I wanted this planet to look kind of like a red rock world.
So we're building an alien planet, and this whole area gets covered in concrete, and we're gonna paint it scenic paint to have that red rock.
And when we left that night, we were all kind of crossing our fingers thinking, oh, I hope the next day we come back, this will all be ready to shoot on. And I remember walking on set the next day and seeing that it was just barely dry. I mean, the paint was still just a little bit sticky.
I remember looking around on our shoot day and just being so humbled and so grateful because all these amazing people came together and they were all going way above and beyond what their job description and what their paycheck asked for. I never could have done this for the budget that I had.
So it took us 2 days to shoot this music video. And it was 2 of the funnest shoot days that I've ever had in my career, honestly. Because we planned so much ahead of time. Because we had to detail everything out for the visual effects. A lot of the stress and the guesswork had already been done. And so we just got to enjoy the music, we got to enjoy the dancing, and we just got to enjoy making an awesome music video. It was just 2 of the funnest days I've ever had on a shoot.
Honestly, this was one of the funnest shoots I have ever done because everybody was just electric about it. Everybody was excited to be there and everyone was really bringing everything they could to the table because they thought there was some value in what we were creating.
The thing I love about working with Lindsay is how meaningful her work is. I think you can feel it when you listen to her songs and you see her videos. She passionately cares about the ideas and the music that she's sharing with you, and it's always great to work with people who care that much about their work and what it means to others.
I cannot wait for this music video to come out. If you like it, please share it with all your friends and please support all my friends that made it possible. Nathan Lee, Jared Carden, Anjay Scrube, and Playfight, please go check them out and give them all the love and support that you can.
Okay, cut.
That's a cut.
Woo! Good. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, 48 hours ago, this stage was empty. We now have an amazing music video in the can. That is a wrap on Stars Align. Let's hear it for you! Sterling, thank you so much.
Oh God, thank